sucks.
Hi everyone, this is Land Speculation here live.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack.
Land's walking and talking, live streaming, chat reading, and hoping to find our best view of Duckland. The ducks keep on floating, feet paddling and cracking, some squabbling, come waddling toward us, land ducks.
Even if somebody's annoying, you shouldn't eat them.
Express love. That's how afraid we are. Because we got clowns over here like this clown, intimidating and bullying people and trying to make you feel bad about trying to come together. Isn't that amazing? I can divide you and become rich overnight, but yet try to unite you and get accused of all kind of trickery. And ain't nobody else out here saying, man, let's come together.
The uniter guy against this guy, like battling bullhorns. And this guy was really going at it a few minutes ago. I'm sure he will pick it back up here momentarily. But this guy over here has quite a microphone situation going on.
We all are doomed, y'all.
But this guy says we don't all agree.
And the only thing I ask you, if you see a positive message that you agree with, man, support it financially. That's the only way it's going to become successful. You know, and people have a problem with success equating money. That's success. The rich are still getting richer. But you can't name a rash the richest story you know of.
I'm sorry I'm neglecting you. You know that unleash your story from the road. These ways of time travel the coast, but here we strive. This is your stuff. I like it. Here the goose is cooked, here the fat is fried, and nothing's overlooked. You're willing to lie?
Of course, we have our standard protesters over here. We've got the Ukraine America protesters over here. And we've got some big El Salvadorian violence protesters here. 153 confirmed in-state custody deaths during El Salvador's state of exception as of April 2023. There's some hashtags there for El Salvador, if you are so inclined. This is, it is sort of like a psychedelic circus, yes, very much so. None of it seems to really go together all that well.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna
Try to be
make
courageous and stand up for what a loving God made you to be. Yourself.
Well, this guy's,
Thank God for safe abortion. And thank God for gay people. And natural
signage here
loving
that says,
solution to overpopulation. The correct response, the faithful response, the loving response to what a loving God gave us was the God-blessed gay and trans people. Was a peaceful, loving solution to overpopulation. The correct response is to say thank you.
it's the goddamn the Bible guy. Christians worship the devil. GoodJudgmentDay.me.
We have nothing to fear if we just talk to each other. If we hide out being afraid of each other and thinking, those guys are out to get us. Well, if you're thinking the MAGA are out to get you, you're right. But that's the whole point. You have to resist those people, the predators, who decide to come out to get you. In life, if you refuse to resist, you're cold food. That's a fact you cannot escape. And if you just surrender to the shock, what you're doing is surrender to being eaten. It's a merciful part of the digestive process. And when a predator attacks you and starts to eat you alive, your shock, makes you not have to feel it so much. But don't surrender to being eaten by the Nazis, for God's sake. especially a coup of cowardly Nazis, that once we wake up and we call them on their crap, they will run, devil, run. I promise you.
I have no idea what this guy's on about. He says he is literally Jesus Christ, according to his materials there, and that the Christians killed Jesus.
The devil's the most optimistic statement the earth has ever seen in the last 2,000 years. It's the most hopeful, God-loving, human-appreciating phrase that's ever been spoken on earth in the last 2,000 years. Christians worship the devil. And goddamn the Bible.
Worship
the Bible
the
is
devil.
If you don't deprogram them who believe the earth is the devil's world that must be destroyed before a magical one gets here, the only world where our kids can grow up will be blown away for the worst idiot, the most extreme idiocy that's ever walked across planet Earth. Good Judgment Days, when we wake up and become who we dream to protect the ones we love. That's all it is.
These guys seem practically quite tame by comparison here.
The person of a loving God. You know, a loving God's person. Because the blasphemy of Christianity is trying to sell a loving God as the devil. And tempt people to get all greedy for heaven. Calls the evil first.
Are you a Christian if you believe in God, Holly? No, there are religions that believe in God that are not Christianity. But, you know, being Christian does kind of necessarily imply that you believe in God. So it kind of works that way. Freedom of speech is okay if you have a megaphone, but not okay if you're on social media. Michelle, yeah, welcome, by the way, guys, to Land Speculation here on YouTube. It is chaos scene here at the White House today with protest groups. At least 5 different contingents here, although the other competing megaphone guy has now left. He had a big thing that was like, why can't we always get along? Which is, I guess that's a message. If you
your own body into a bioweapon to go murder your own family members. What else do you need to know that is the evil 666 that's been predicted? You know, it's a very predictable event, this Good Judgment Day thing. Very predictable. Waking up is a natural thing. I wake people up naturally. The sun, on the inside. I dawn on you on the inside.
Trump is a
You realize
dick
what I'm saying
on
is
the umbrella.
absolutely true. And we then grow intelligence beyond the
Put a
sum of our
condom on it. Love, not religion. Fascism's hashtag 666 MAGA have betrayed America and will destroy all life on earth for Antichrist Trump's rule of the devil's world. So I don't know, guys. I don't understand it. I think he is permit probably close to ending for the afternoon. He seems like he's shutting down here. We have Christians worship the devil here. So, as this guy is shutting down, the El Salvadorian protest is only cranking up here. With,
So
we are here today as part of the Salvadoran diaspora to denounce the state of exception in El Salvador, where all of Salvadoran citizens' rights have been suspended, their constitutional rights have been suspended. There have been over about 70,000 arrests in the last year of Salvadorans without due process, and they're being held in detention. And there's been over 150 confirmed deaths and many more unconfirmed deaths under the state of exception.
Vamos a leer el comunicado, el mensaje de la comunidad salvadoreña en Washington, D.C. a la comunidad internacional. Luego vamos a dejar que el movimiento de víctimas del régimen en El Salvador también dé su comunicado y vamos a mencionar también los nombres de algunas personas que han fallecido.
I don't know, guys. Trying to make sense of this scene. We haven't even engaged the Ukraine-Russia protester over there. But goddamn, the Bible guy is shutting down here. So take your last little whiff of his cart.
Under the state of exception without having ever been charged without having ever been convicted of any crime.
And there's the White House with tourists and whatnot. And now we have some music back here from this rather chaotic protest scene that is always here. What they're on about, I'm not sure. Of course, this guy's got his Ukraine flag. Hybridized with the American flag. It's a new country. The United Ukraine of America.
Entrenamiento y material para continuar una guerra que bajo la falsa lógica anticomunista se extendió durante 12 años, cobrando la vida de más de 80,000 salvadoreños. Pero fue gracias al trabajo organizativo y a la voz de muchas comunidades religiosas y solidarias, líderes de organismos internacionales, amas de casa, jóvenes activistas, académicos y personas solidarias adentro del mismo gobierno estadounidense, que poco a poco se fue revelando con claridad la magnitud de la tragedia sufrida por el pueblo salvadoreño en esa guerra.
I can't really figure out quite what the real message is here. It was the Christians who crucified me, Jesus Christ, before making a mockery of me with Christianity and the cross, by which they'd murdered me. I recognize them. Faith given to golden Bibles is worship of man-made false idols. Repent from your evil Bible-believing ways to have faith in a living God's love. I am Jesus Christ. The sole responsibility lives in us. GoodJudgmentDay.me. Knowledge is not a sin. Is the white bucket for donations or for urination? Yeah, I don't know. I cannot figure this guy out. He's got stuff pinned to his back too. I'm sure it says all kinds of interesting messages. Fascism's hashtag 666 MAGA have betrayed America and will destroy all life on earth for Antichrist Trump's rule of the devil's world. Whether we believe in God, Satan, good and evil, or not, we're in the final battle for all humankind if we win.
Life will grow you stronger, smarter, and that path. Save your life and fight yourself. So my group of them, a big group of that, and we'll try to awaken everyone up to recognize their power within is far more than we can ever agree. Like Hall of Fame, you know, Hall of Fame, Foodz
no quieren denunciar y reconocer las claras violencias ante la comunidad internacional y el gobierno de Nayib Bukele está terminando manteniendo a los opositores salvadoreños
honestly with each other. When you get a part of the brain that starts landing in the part, you get a Trump tumor in the brain and starts feeding that cancerous tumor, oh, it's narcissism, it's all about me, until the whole thing's dead. But when we, the people, wake up and share each other, share the truth with each other, we will grow.
He's already being kind of interviewed here, calming.
That's how we need God. That's how we need something that will be so incredibly beyond what we think we imagine now. We'll know exactly how all of this began. We'll know exactly how all of this came to be. If there's one truth, undeniable truth everyone should know, we are made of star stuff. Come to consciousness, wondering about ourselves, thinking about ourselves, asking questions. If anyone knows exactly what the fuck is really up, it's us. If anyone knows the whole truth, all the truth about what exactly we are and what the fuck is up, it's us. We have to rise to the occasion, grow, to our better self to find out what we need to find out. No, yeah, goddamn Bible. Yeah, the Bible is the we stop believing the goddamn Bible and we'll stop sinning. That day. Just have faith in the facts. The word faith is meant for facts. Any other use of the word faith is a misuse of the word faith.
What do you mean by knowledge?
No, like how the followers of Judaism claim, what spawned Christianity. Claiming, knowledge of good and evil. Well, that's the forbidden fruit. Yeah, whatever Putin will want us to believe, that you're not allowed to know the difference between good and evil, because if you do, we can't get away with the crime. So that's why knowledge is not a sin.
So what you're saying is,
truth-telling, it teaches you become trustworthy people. When someone gives you good directions, you're like, oh God, how do I get here? And they give you good directions, you're always like, yeah, that was cool. They gave me really good directions, we were helpful with each other. Altruism is a difficult lesson to learn and teach. It's a difficult lesson to come about. So the only way that selflessness comes about is via we all wake up. Like consciousness is an unbelievable miracle in the brain. When consciousness happens because the brain's a healthy brain, functioning in a healthy way. When civilization functions in a healthy way, we all wake up to a selfless consciousness because we had to let go of our egos in order to trust each other, in order to share the truth and grow that bountiful intelligence. Well, every awakening has to have an antagonist. That's what the devil basically is to challenge you. The devil, the Putin, the Trump, the people who live for corruption and torture and who try to terrorize you into obedience.
How long have you been doing it?
My entire life. Oh, yeah, right. Well, yeah, here in a way, I've been carried on a river. Here's relative. Here's everything. But I've been here since 9/11/2018. Been on the streets of Vegas, LA, Hollywood, and out here thousands of days. Since 2/15. But I've been out in the wilderness writing Good Judgment Day for 20, a whole bunch of years. More years than I care to think about. Oh yeah. Well, when I know what to do, then I show up. If I'm still digesting what the hell's going on, trying to figure out what the solution is, then I don't show up until I figure it out. So I've been gone for a while. I've been MIA. I've been here, but I've been gone until I figured out what the hell. I know how to save the world. It's not difficult to do. Truth is easy to know but hard to face. Ego gets in the way.
How do we save the world?
Truth telling.
Truth tell.
Yeah, letting go of your ego. Stop worshiping our egos, number one. And stop worshiping our national egos, our team egos, our team colors. And just let go of your ego, have faith in the living God's love, and we'll inherit the earth. Hey, it's not about God, it's about the love.
In God we trust.
Yeah, in love we trust, in God we trust. Exactly. Same thing.
Exactly.
What does it mean that Christians murdered Jesus, or it said something like that? What does that mean?
I recognize that. MAGA murdered me before to make altruism go away, like now they're trying to make America go away. It's simple enough that even humans can follow. The one thing I've found out about, even bugs have a better understanding of living God's love than do the Christians at this point. They're deconstructed, greedy for heaven, terrified of hell, thinking they're evil from birth, and forbidden from knowing good from evil. It's deconstructed people into sheep. They're no longer capable of even supporting a loving God, let alone worshiping a loving God. They worship the devil.
Interesting.
And they need to stop. If they stop, by the way, this is how they come. I'm how they come, then how they wake up, and I bring them all back, before the end. Not all of them, because a lot of them are really, really devoted to the corruption.
Yeah.
They will, in the proof that they crucified me before they created Christianity and the cross by which they, mocked me, my own death, murdering me. They're going to do it again. They're going to try it again. They'll try to crucify me again. Absolutely. I'm homeless. I live by myself, alone, unprotected. They come out, I'll kill as many of them as I can when they do. They won't succeed. I'll likely win, but whatever. But if they do succeed, we're still fine. As long as you listen to what I said.
But in the end, who is the good one?
Huh?
In the end, who is the good?
The good are the honest. The people who have your back, who give you the sincere, honest truth when you ask them a question or you've got a concern, and they give you their genuine, unbiased support. Those are the good people. Those are the people who shall inherit the earth.
Is the Bible's corrupt?
The Bible is the sin.
Okay.
It's tactical hypnosis written by tyrants to steal the free will of we the people. It's a hypnotic induction of massive notions. Terrifying, getting you terrified of hell, greedy to get to heaven, thinking you're evil from birth and forbidding you knowledge of good and evil is exactly everything Putin would like to do, if you think about it.
Yeah. And what does Trump have to do with it? Say Antichrist Trump.
Antichrist Trump. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Antichrist Trump. That's what he is. He's the cowardly sniveling treasonous little worm who's all slither and squirt. He will serve any serpent who will let him get away with the crumb. Let him get away with whatever evil he wants to do. That's the nature of the snake. That is goddamn Donald Trump.
So it sounds like you just want people to rediscover like real values, love, and things like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I just like. If we don't do that, we go extinct.
Yeah.
If we don't wake up and tell each other the truth, find our principles, find a reason, not just to live for that reason, but for reasons that you're willing to die for.
Yeah.
You're not starting to live yet. You're not even alive yet. We must do this or we will go extinct.
Stop worshiping the institutions and the... Yeah, okay.
Create a true democracy where we vote for change directly. We don't vote for the politicians who betray us and behind closed doors. We vote for change directly. And after that, at that point, education becomes our highest priority. The highest priority of civilization. Instead of pumping all our profit into the Pentagon and into our weapons, we pump it into helping each other understand the whole truth, not the propaganda, not spins to try to put some people in charge and other people, make them rich. It's about having each other's back.
So who should we vote for, just in general? You?
I'm running for president.
You're running for president?
47 minutes, absolutely.
And are you Jesus?
Yes.
Okay.
The true meaning of it is I'm you standing here.
Yeah.
You exactly as you are. Not as you as you might imagine Jesus to be, but you as you exactly are. Because if I were whisked off the planet, you have everything you need in your normal, healthy human body to save all life on Earth if need be. By yourself. You just gotta let go of your ego enough to accept the responsibility. And after that, life will help you. Because if life needs you to survive, life will help you to get it done. Life will grow you stronger, smarter, and equal to the task.
Interesting. Does that mean we all have the power to be Jesus?
You all have the power to save the world.
Save the world.
It doesn't even, who gives a crap about a name?
Yeah.
Don't give a crap about a name.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking name.
Yeah.
The point is the post, the position, to save the life of life itself, to defend the person of God from those who would corrupt it, you know, and destroy the world in the process.
What is Satan's the source of all the bad influence?
Well, the true definition for the devil or Satan is God's whistleblower.
Yeah.
God doesn't trade evil things. It's simply the purpose is to tempt the greedy and the corrupt who don't want to really be honest and be trustworthy, but they want to backstab and, you know, hurt other people and take advantage of them. The devil tempts them and then tells on them. That's the whole point of the devil, to tell on the corrupt.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting.
This Trump's the Antichrist. A useful, usable idiot. A cowardly, sniffling fool is Trump. If not for the cowardice, he would not slither. He would not squirm like the cowardly worm he is for the snakes of the world. He's completely compromised by every evil impulse you can imagine. Who cares? Yeah, the Democrats are enabling the Republicans. If not for the enabling, the bipartisanship, which means two-face, we wouldn't have any problems. But the Democrats have been enabling the Republicans for a long time, ever since the white-skinned house got named. I don't give a crap about any politics at all. I know the only reason Biden has not held the MAGA insurrectionists accountable more is because he's got a gun to his head. Because the Republicans put a gun to his head. I'm telling you. And to the DOJ. You know how they showed up to those school meetings and stood in the background all menacingly? They stand in the background of our government and doing the same thing. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Ahora tenemos la participación de Consuelo Gómez de parte del movimiento de víctimas.
And there rides off into the sunset, quite literally, Jesus Christ, the Son of the Almighty. Seems to be having some issues with his bike chain or something, his bike seat. Here to save the world. And rid the world of corruption and our blind allegiance to institutions. Christianity, as he says, has killed Jesus Christ. I think there's a little thinker there. Donald Trump represents the Antichrist, represents all the corrupt values influenced by the serpent, etc. Putin also seems to be a very bad force, essentially apolitical. Thinks the Democrats and Republicans enable each other. Called this the white-skinned house, and basically wants us to reject Christianity and institutions and whatnot. Had some interesting signage there. God damn the Bible. That's his main message. He had his little website there. People want to check out his website. And I don't know. I've never, in my life, I have interviewed some interesting people. I have never interviewed before Jesus Christ himself. So you and the other, 30 or so people who were watching the interview had the chance to. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know if you have the chance to ask Jesus Christ himself questions. I don't really quite know what you should ask Jesus. But he says you just worry less about being saved, going to heaven, going to hell, all that kind of stuff. He's sort of doing it transactionally. He wants you to do it for the real values, I guess. Anyway, this is a miracle. It's not every day you get to interview Jesus Christ. So today we got to interview Jesus Christ. Now, mostly before we started streaming, he was out here, and there was another guy over here with a tent that basically said, "Why can't we all just get along?" And they were having essentially a megaphone battle, in which this guy was like, the guy who was right here with his tent was basically saying, why can't we all just get along? And the guy over here with his, goddamn the Bible stuff was basically shouting vulgar insults back at the other guy. They were in like a kind of a bit of a flame war, I guess as they would call it. And then the guy with the one tent shut down. The guy with the other tent stayed for a bit, and I think his permit ran out at a certain time, so he stopped using the megaphone. And but he stuck around to answer some questions, and we appreciate him doing that. Sounds like he's got a busy life, saving the world. I can only imagine the pressure to do that in the face of all the obstacles we face as a planet, and all the time that it takes to save every person. Now he seems to be focused on, in particular, trying to save Christians. I guess I should have asked him about people of other religions, if they are equally at fault, or if this is uniquely a Christian thing, but his message certainly seemed to be about the Bible.